Tip controlled by Nebraska, and here we go.
You can dial up something to get Bryce Williams going. Downhill to the rim. Try to get your star rolling early if you're Fred Hoiberg.
Wooster matching up against Hummerkaus. 13 to shoot. Wooster trying to find some room. Now Hoiberg back to Wooster for an open three. And the rebound secured by Yakachonis. Hummerkaus going to work. Yakachonis, a midseason All-American in the Sporting News. Dumps it down low to Morez Johnson, and it's tipped out of bounds.
Compared to Bam Adebayo by Brad Underwood.
Hummerkaus can't connect on his first opportunity of the night.
You got to make sure you stay attached to Hummerkaus.
But Williams jarred out of bounds. That'll be a foul. Nope, just out of bounds. Last touch by Trey White. No whistle.
And how you get him going, the first thing he talked about is he's got to defend better. He went to the defensive end of the floor to try and jumpstart his game.
Williams at the top. Attached to him is Kylan Boswell. Morgan trying to pick him off. He can't. 4 to shoot. Wooster has to hoist in the corner. 0 for 2 from 3. And Trey White the rebound.
Illinois playing scouting report, baiting Wooster into taking 2 threes to get the party started.
The 7 for 31 on the year, and that's a travel. Turnover, Kylan Boswell. Good defense in the paint by Nebraska to force the turnover.
That's the versatility of Illinois' lineup. You have a pick and roll with Boswell. He's rolling downhill. Got a lot of different versatile guys on the floor. A pretty good rotation by Morgan there to be there in the catch and cause the travel.
Here's Bryce Williams. 15 to shoot for Nebraska. And we welcome those of you who've been watching Ohio State and Penn State.
Bryce Williams excelled when Nebraska was excelling, getting to the free throw line with regularity. His numbers have dwindled during this losing streak, so a great sign. Bryce Williams getting fouled on a three-point shot. He gets 3 free throws here. Maybe that'll jumpstart Mr. Williams.
Well, and you look at that Nebraska free throw line, and it's been a stark contrast. When Nebraska had it rolling early, 27 attempts per game for the Huskers. The last 6 games, only 16 attempts per game, and an 0-6 record during that time. When they're not getting to the line, they're not scoring as much, they're not as successful, and they're losing, and they've lost 6 straight.
It's not a great perimeter shooting team. So they're not going to make a bunch of threes to make up for it. Huskers need that free throw line.
Yakachonis working against Wooster, trying to draw the contact and the foul, and he does. Wooster with the personal
from Wooster.
You talk with Brad Underwood, he can't say enough good things about this young man. Says he's the smartest guy on the floor. Incredibly high IQ. It's one of the things that was really interesting talking with him at the shoot-around, the practice before the game today, about how they evaluate players. And basketball IQ is something they really look for, as Gary's shot won't go, but a foul is called. 4th all-time in wins.
Almost in the paint on him as a extra help defender and baiting Wooster into taking shots.
Huskers get an offensive rebound. That'll be a foul on Jake Davis.
You need a tone-setting play early in this thing to get the crowd into it and get the Huskers back with their heads up.
Here's Williams, a quick 3. Won't go. Rebound, Hoiberg. And a 3rd chance on this trip for Nebraska. It's Williams on the drive, met at the rim, and the challenge by Hummerkaus. The foul on Wooster, battling for that loose ball, and that's his 2nd, so in comes Connor Osijin. Yakachonis hoists the 3, rebounded by Williams for Nebraska. So far, so good for Nebraska on the defensive end. Osijin in transition. They didn't find him, and that's what he can do.
What a big mental mistake from Illinois. You have to find Osijin in transition. Let him just walk into it straight off the bench. It's a big sign for Nebraska to get Osijin rolling.
First made field goal of the game. 3 minutes in for either team. Jake Davis got free. That's strong. Morgan battling for the loose ball. It's on the floor. Tie up, and it'll keep it And it's that half a three that'll really get you. The lob to Morez Johnson inside, trying to dislodge Morgan, just jarring him to the rim for two.
Was that powerful? Tell you what, if that pass was on target, that was going to be an alley-oop dunk, but Johnson with incredible strength to dislodge Morgan to convert.
Hoiberg splits two defenders, can't get to the rim and finish it off. Kylan Boswell looking to push. In transition, Davis with the fake, back to Boswell. And Boswell with the teardrop that rattles around and home.
That is so pretty, and that's how Illinois wants to play. It's rebounding and it's transition. Flying down the floor, they got multiple guys that can handle it. That was outstanding transition offense.
Transition defense is an area Nebraska's really struggled, especially in Big Ten play. Morgan inside, count it, and the foul.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
All the stars are here for Nebraska, right?
Oh,
John Raiola, John Cook, Zach Taylor, Kevin Kugler.
You never know who you're going to see.
That's right.
Why, Herbie Husker is here. Houston Tell looking for room on the baseline for Nebraska, up by 8. Here's Gary with 8 to shoot, turns the corner, drives, blocked out by White. What a play defensively by Trey White, my goodness. Williams will inbound. Here's a Sejan in the corner, high arcing three, won't go, and Dre Gibbs-Lawhorn pulls it down for Illinois. Good defensive possession for the Illini.
It's hard to get into the paint against Nebraska, but I think Illinois needs to try to explore getting downhill at the basket. Nebraska's done a good job switching a lot of these screens.
There's Yakachonis feeding it over to White, and White has it tipped away, gets his own back, can't get that one from point-blank range, and Sam Hoiberg trying to come out of the pile with it, but it's out of bounds to Illinois. Haven't seen too many games this year where Illinois has had droughts of 3.5 minutes twice in a half without a field goal like we've seen tonight.
Talk about the sixth best scoring offense in the country, average almost 86 points per game.
Sam Hoiberg in the corner to Gary. Gary spins to the rim against Gary Booth, and Nebraska with a double-digit lead over 18th ranked Illinois.
And I love that Juwan Gary's not taking those catch-and-shoot threes, playing to his strengths, driving to the rim.
11-1 Husker run. Yakachonis trying to quiet it, and he will. Second made three in 16 tries for Illinois.
Just looks different when he does something, doesn't it?
The Sejan on the run against Kerry Booth. That's a tough matchup at 6'10" underneath. Booth turns over a Sejan short, and Gary the rebound. Pretty good box out by a Sejan against a shooter. Williams just got that across the half-court line. Here's Williams against Gibbs-Lawhorn to the rim and a foul called. Couldn't get the and one. He has been very active on the floor. 15 minutes for a Sejan, and Nebraska with him on the floor is plus 12 tonight. Yakachonis blocked off by Williams. They'll turn the corner into the paint, loping to the rim. That was going to count if it went in. Instead, he'll go to the free throw line for two. Foul on Hoiberg, and Yakachonis with one more.
It's just out.
This is his third game with mononucleosis, and another offensive rebound. Trey White to the rim. He's challenged at the rim. But White misses at the line. Nebraska's lead is 8 as we approach a minute to play here in this first half. Williams turns the corner to the rim.
Pretty nifty set from Fred Hoiberg there to free up his superstar. Little fake handoff, and Bryce Williams is all by himself.
Deep three for Will Riley. My goodness, from NBA range. And we've got a whistle. When you've only had 33 possessions because Nebraska's using a lot of clock, that's a problem.
And not all turnovers are created equal. There's dead ball ones, and there's ones where you can get your defense set. A lot of them have led to transition opportunities for Nebraska.
Yeah, 8 points off those 6 turnovers for the Huskers. A 7-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. 9 to shoot. Williams turns the corner again to the rim, and he throws it down.
Same look the other way.
And Illinois will work for the final shot. Yakachona's step back 3, that's off. Rebound batted out to half court, and halftime arrives. And Nebraska with a 9-point lead over 18th ranked Illinois, 40-31 at the break. For Bryce Williams, but Asijan starts on the bench, and Nebraska's offense without Asijan really struggled in that first half.
Watch how Hummerkraus is going to guard Wooster. He's going to back way off him. He can kind of be a free safety, so the floor is just not spaced great.
And they dared Wooster to shoot the 3 in the first half. He did. He shot twice. He missed twice. Williams will try from long range 2, and the rebound for Yakachonas.
See if Illinois can get on track. Nebraska did a good job defending the ball in that first half.
White up and under, floats that one a little strong. Another offensive rebound, and Morez Johnson. How big is it that he's back on the floor? Had that early foul trouble.
Huge. So Illinois flexed their muscles on the offensive glass, and that's with Johnson in foul trouble. So 11 second chance points now for the Fighting Illini, the #1 rebounding team in the country.
And Wooster falls into that trap again and shoots the 3. He's 0 for 3 from range tonight. And they're going to let him shoot that all night long. Well, there's Yakachonas, turns the corner quickly. Johnson with a bobble. Hummerkraus, open 3. A little bit strong, and the struggles continue from behind the arc. 3 of 19 for Illinois.
Can't ask for a better shot than that, though.
Williams all the way to the rim for 2. That's the Bryce Williams you saw a lot of until the last 5 or 6 games.
To start the game, he had 3 free throws and a layup in transition.
Somebody fell asleep in an unfettered path to the basket for Trey White.
Illinois needs no encouraging to score the basketball. You better get organized in transition. Too easy, and Trey White gets the 2 to go down.
Well, when you're an offense that gets compared favorably to that of the Fly and Illini, our good friend Stephen Bardo and his team in the 88-89 season, you don't need anybody to help you score. And there's a foul, a bump inside, and that's 3 on Morez Johnson.
Keep him out there.
And Wooster the inbound. Williams going right at it. Now Morgan driving it to the rim. Everything but the bucket. And we've got a whistle and a foul. Possibly get that 4th foul.
Absolutely.
Yakachonas around the screen from Johnson. Finds Boswell. Kylan Boswell slithers to the glass and off the window for a pair.
Love the movement from Illinois.
Good feed. Wooster to Williams. That scoop won't go. He changed his shot. Illinois within 5 and on the run. Boswell backs it out. Hummerkraus open 3 in transition. It will not go, but there's another offensive board. Johnson's fouled, and he heads to the line. It's really shown up over the last 5 games. 15 points, 8 rebounds per game coming in over the last 5. Johnson, a 58% shooter at the stripe, will get one more. Illinois back within 5. A 6-2 start to the second half. Four-point game, 42-38.
You got to use Wooster as a screener. If Hummerkraus is going to be playing way off him, you can have guys come off screens from Wooster.
And Wooster will try the 3 again, and this time he hits. His 8th made 3 of the year, and a big one for him and for Nebraska.
Because the other side of the coin is you have to make Illinois pay one way or another for playing way off of him, and I admire Wooster's confidence to stick with it.
Hoiberg going for the steal. Boswell able to keep it away. Good recovery by Nebraska. Yakachonas through the lane. Back out, travel. Williams around the Morgan screen. The pivot back out to Wooster. He'll try again. And the air ball from three caught by Trey White. Back it goes Yakachonis. Finding Boswell. He's the open man in transition. And the three rebounded by Hoiberg. 3 for 21 from three.
Good, clean looks. Great pass from Yakachonis.
He sees everything on the floor. It's remarkable watching him, whether in person or on tape.
It really is.
Nice bounce inside to Morgan, and Morgan gets the kind roll this time. Good find from Wooster.
Again, Johnson with 3 personal fouls, not too eager to come and contest with a lot of might. But the more this guy's got the ball just making decisions, the good things are going to happen for Illinois.
Bounce inside. Johnson against Hoiberg. Surprised he didn't go up against the smaller guard, and the tie-up will keep it with Illinois and a timeout.
Illinois is going to have to knock down some of these open three-point opportunities.
There's Yakachonis. Lost that one off his foot. 7 to shoot. Open is Davis. He'll try the three, and that one splashes down. He was 0 for 3 before that shot, but a good look finally falls for Illinois.
Here's the thing about Illinois. They're not dependent on one guy to make threes. A lot of guys can make threes. So at some point, one of the Fighting Illini is going to knock down some shots.
Morgan into the teeth of the defense, draws the foul. Davis.
Fred Hoiberg just isoing Morgan on Johnson because Johnson in that foul trouble. See if you want to go back to it.
Oh, what a find on the baseline, out of bounds to Juwan Gary for 2.
A great back pick from Bryce Williams, too. You don't want to help off Williams because he's the leading scorer. And Gary gets an easy one.
Nebraska really executing for Fred Hoiberg.
Yeah.
And a travel. Hoiberg to Morgan.
There's that ISO.
There he goes to work against Johnson, and that's a travel. Extra pass to Riley. In the corner for 3.
Quick ball reversal creates it. Nebraska loads to the ball. Everybody in the middle of the floor. You swing quick. You're going to have open threes, and Will Riley so confident as a young player.
Well, Wooster thought about pulling that one again. Here's Gary. Wooster will try from 3, and that's off the mark. Wooster 1 for 6. All of his shots have been behind the arc.
Got to be a siege in time for
Nebraska. Wooster picks the pocket of Yakachonis. Now Wooster on the move. He'll back it out. A siege into the scorer's table as you spoke, Nick. Here's Morgan. Turns, fades away. Tough shot. Rebound and out of bounds off the outstretched arms of Morez Johnson. A rare rebound that Illinois didn't secure
this morning.
The lob to Gary again on the baseline, out of bounds. Second time he's rocked the rim from underneath the hoop.
And it was Connor Asijan that set the back pick. That time you certainly don't want to help off him. That's just not good enough, though, from Illinois. Just a simple back pick, and you get 2 dunks out of it.
Nebraska must have seen something in film study to go to the well a couple of times with that. There's Riley on the run against Hoiberg, gets his own, puts it back up, and 0 for 2 on that trip.
Riley needed to probably come down with that offensive rebound.
Gel the handoff to Williams, and that's a travel. Illinois quickly into half court, and the cross-court pass stolen by Juwan Gary. Turnover number 10 for Illinois, and Brad Underwood beside himself on the bench. A lot of unforced errors.
Yes.
Here's Buchtengel, turns in the paint, pivots, trying to go over his left hand, and he can't get it to go. Boswell attacks and thrown out of bounds. Lob out to Riley. Shot clock to 15 as Yakachonis bumped by Gary. Ball not free, turnover to Nebraska. Asijan will push it up the floor. Drops it off, Buchtengel in the corner for 3. That'll drop. Illinois back to work. Yakachonis. And right through the hands of Jake Davis.
He was trying to pass it before he caught it. He wanted to swing it to the corner. Illinois just knocked down a 3 on that same sort of look. Jake Davis just didn't look it into his hands, and another self-inflicted wound for Illinois.
5 turnovers in the last 3.5 minutes for the Illini. Buchtengel trying again from deep. This place might have collapsed with the applause when that one went in if it had, but instead Illinois down 10, back to work. There's Yakachonas against Ulis. Yakachonas for 3. Hard off the back iron. Asijan had it in his hands, taken away by Boswell. And in the scramble, Riley's 3 in the corner is good. Second chance points, number 13, 14, and 15 for Illinois.
Big one, too. Asijan had that rebound in his hand, couldn't corral it, and it ends in 3 for Riley. Big sequence there.
Now Asijan back to Buchtengel. Wooster dribbled it off his foot, and that's a turnover. No. Last touch by Yakachonas. Looked like it went off the foot of Wooster.
For the Fighting Illini.
14 offensive rebounds tonight for Illinois, but only 12 second chance points. Quick 3 won't go. Rebound batted by Ulis to Davis.
Illinois in certain dead ball, whether sideline or baseline or bounce situations, have not handled simple screening actions well. Dodged a bullet there with an easy one from Asijan.
Down low, it's tipped out of bounds off the hands of Johnson. It's Nebraska ball.
Trying to pound the ball inside to switch things up offensively, and just a deflection. See, they had switch at the end. Ulis and Buchtengel switched. Buchtengel gets a hand on it. Johnson touches it. Now it's Nebraska ball.
The Huskers will try to take advantage of yet another Illinois turnover, their 13th tonight.
Right side, Asijan's there, so there's space.
And Buchtengel at the top for a wide open 3. You're not going to get a better look than that from straight on. Yakachonas will bring it up. Nebraska by 7. There's Trey White. Walked off. Finds Riley, and Riley throws it away. He got in the air, didn't know where to go with it, and a turnover again for the Illini.
When you leave your feet without a plan, you're in trouble, especially at this level. It's a great basket cut off of the double team from Riley, and the right idea to think about looking to the opposite side of the floor, but you don't want to jump.
For Illinois, you look at the turnovers, 8 turnovers in the second half, Nick, and that's a turnover percentage of 44.4% for Illinois in the second half.
That is astronomical.
I mean, 8 turnovers and 6 field goals in the second half. But when you're turning it over almost 50% of your possessions, it's hard to get field goals up, and Asijan got the kind bounce. He's got double figures with 10.
Good screening action. Just a staggered screen for Asijan to curl it into the middle, and that's where Asijan's more than just a 3-point shooter. He can curl and go hit that little 10-footer.
White, back it goes to Riley. A little low on the pass. He had an open look for a moment. Riley into the paint. That jumper rolls home. Oh, there's a lot of upside with that young man. My goodness.
Brad Underwood said he hits tough shots. At 14 points on the road at Michigan State. Looked as comfortable as can be.
What a find. Ulis on the bounce to Asijan.
Asijan, you have to chase him everywhere, even away from the basketball, and he just curls all the way around to the rim.
Riley again for 3 and hits it again. Riley trying to keep Illinois afloat. He's got 14 in a 6-point game.
Highest ranked recruit at Illinois since D. Brown in 2002, showing you why.
And a foul. Quick one called.
Watch Connor Asijan. Yakachonas just gets Velcroed, nobody home. An easy one for Connor Asijan. Then Will Riley, he's got it rolling.
He's got 11 of Illinois' 21 second half points.
That's the thing about Illinois, though. They're a balanced team. Somebody's going to start knocking down shots.
Boy, another open look for Bryce Williams off a baseline out of bounds.
Illinois' baseline out of bounds defense has really got to step up.
And yet just a 6-point game. Riley trying to make it a 4-point game, and he does.
And that's over Jawan Gary. Just an elbow ISO for Will Riley to get busy with his right hand.
Illinois has closed to 4. 13 straight points for Riley. Here's Gary, turns the corner, driving at Riley, and gets 2 on the board. Feels like a big 2 for Nebraska.
Agree.
Alan Boswell, good screen to get inside. Talk about plowing the road to open it up.
Sent a little bit of rhythm from Illinois offensively.
Here's a Sejan, 4-3, short. Morgan, offensive rebound for Nebraska and then taken away. Here comes Illinois. Gibbs Lawhorn, the step through to the rim for 2, and a timeout taken by Nebraska.
He's shown he's capable, and boy, has Illinois needed his offense.
Nebraska has led for almost 30 minutes of this game. Illinois never led. Williams, elbow jumper is good. Big bucket for Nebraska. He's got 19.
Wait, out of timeouts. Dry erase board. Fred Hoiberg has really manufactured some good offense.
There's Riley again. Way off on that 3 and tracked down in the corner. Another offensive rebound for Illinois. It's their 15th of the night. Gibbs Lawhorn, deep 3. Off the heel, offensive board, Boswell. Pushed out into the corner. 3rd chance on this trip for the Fighting Illini. Boswell poked free. Gary diving for it on the floor. He calls timeout. No, they called jump ball. Jawan Gary was calling timeout. The back official who called the tie-up, Jeffrey Anderson, didn't see the timeout. Possession arrow favors Nebraska.
Wow. Looked like Gary definitely got this. That looked like he definitely got the timeout. That's a tough break.
Because now the arrow flips for Illinois, and you lose. You keep your timeout, but you lose the arrow.
Another kind of self-inflicted wound turnover for Illinois, just handling the ball.
There's Williams, had Boswell on his hip, a wild shot put over everything. And quickly Riley, the lob underneath finds Trey White.
And that's Illinois in the fast break. That's where they are electric. Great athletes looking up the floor, and a good lob from Riley.
There's Hoiberg, turning the corner, bumped on his way in by Dre Gibbs Lawhorn. That'll be his 2nd foul. Foul on the floor, Nebraska will inbound.
Bryce Williams trying to drive the ball to the basket. Fred Hoiberg wanted a foul to no avail, but now Illinois is off to the races. Good passing up the floor too. Trey White with the easy finish.
Hard to believe only 4 fast break points tonight for Illinois. Here's Sejan's 3, it won't go, and now Illinois looking for a tie or maybe even the lead. They have not led tonight. And a takeaway, another turnover for Illinois. Brad Underwood can't believe it. Here's Williams down the lane, pivots against Johnson, and he couldn't get it to go. Boswell with a rebound. Quick push ahead, Gibbs Lawhorn. Coming up on 5:20 to go in this one. 2-point game in Lincoln.
Gonna let Riley drive again. Had success on Gary, now he's on Williams.
They'll cross him over. Pull-up jumper. Strong rebound, Morgan for Nebraska.
Tough shot. Good individual one-on-one effort from Bryce Williams.
Nebraska trying to break a 6-game losing streak and snap a 9-game skid against Illinois. On a bounce is Sejan to the rim, fouled by Morez Johnson. His 4th, 5th team foul. And Connor Essegian heads to the free throw line.
Nice pass from Andrew Morgan, but Essegian just is in perpetual motion, running off screens, back cutting. He has given Illinois fits with his movement.
And we've seen that more often than not when he's come off the bench this year for Nebraska. That's why he's one of the leading bench scorers in the Big Ten Conference.
It all starts with his ability to shoot the ball. But being able to shoot one thing, his movement also is excellent. He's a great cutter, he uses screens well, and he reads screens well. And so him just running around off screens has really been good offense for Nebraska.
Humrickhouse, Yakachonis back on the floor. Jake Davis returns as well. Some extended rest for those three for the stretch run as Essegian hits them both. Nebraska's plus 10 with Essegian on the court as he heads to the bench before the under 4 media timeout.
Been really, really impactful for Nebraska.
4-point Nebraska lead. Gibbs Lawhorn. He'll launch the three, and he'll rattle it home. It's a 1-point game in Lincoln. What a time for his first three of the night.
Confident guy. Just got Sam Hoiberg to rock back, put his hands down.
5 for 11 is Illinois from 3 in the second half. A vast improvement from the struggles in the first. Jawan Gary curling around to the right side. No. Rebound, Yakachonis. Huskers have missed several from down deep. Now Illinois with a chance for a lead. Nebraska 9 of 19 on layups as Yakachonis' shot blocked away and taken away. Buchtengel with good defense.
Good transition defense from Illinois. Numbers got taken away quickly.
.15 on the shot clock as Williams will back out against Gibbs Lawhorn. A handoff to Gary, a little bobble. 7 to shoot. Wooster, shot fake, driving to the rim, all the way up and in for Raleigh Wooster.
And Jake Davis fights on a shot fake from Wooster from 3, which gives Wooster the driving opportunity. Another mental mistake from Illinois.
Out to Gibbs Lawhorn. 3, no. Humrickhouse blocked away, but a foul's called. Ben Humrickhouse is going to head to the charity stripe after the timeout. And still scoreless.
You know, Kevin, something I'll be interested to see what Fred Hoiberg does. Do you go with Essegian more in the final 3 minutes? Do you go with Wooster more in the final 3 minutes? Go with Wooster right now. That is the classic defense for offense sort of situation.
First point of the night for Humrickhouse brings Illinois within 2.
Ball's got to get to Bryce Williams, give him an opportunity to get downhill. This is where Fred Hoiberg has really drawn up some pretty good stuff out of dead ball timeouts.
Continue to play off Wooster behind the arc.
Humrickhouse going under those screens.
Working against Johnson. 8 to shoot. Williams, contested jumper at the elbow, goes to the foul with Boswell. That's his second, 6th team foul, and Bryce Williams back to the charity stripe.
But Boswell did everything right, just got a little too into the body of Williams as he was going up for that pull-up jump shot. That's tough.
And you know what's crazy? Nebraska's got the lead, and they're averaging more of the free throw attempts that they've had during this losing streak, but still finding a way to stay on top as Williams misses the first.
Bryce Williams, a 91% free throw shooter, but take another look at it. A little bit of contact, looked like maybe on the arm or the body. Brad Underwood certainly disagreed.
He did. Had a little conversation with the official who made the call, Jason Phillips. One more for Williams after missing the first. And he missed them both, a 91% free throw shooter. And Illinois can tie with a 2 or take the lead with a 3. They have not led in this game.
Everybody in orange jerseys going to the glass when this shot goes up. Nebraska's got to be ready for a war.
Here's Riley. Pushing it to Boswell, 10 to shoot for the lead. Way off the mark, and there's Williams with a rebound.
It's just not a good offensive possession for Illinois.
Now Nebraska trying to generate some offense here, up by a pair. Morgan. Not much happening here for Nebraska. Gary will weave it over to Williams. Under 10 to shoot, under 2 to play. Williams turning the corner. Up and under, swatted out of bounds. Morez Johnson, a two-hand double stuff block with 4 seconds to play. Or 4 seconds on the shot clock, rather.
Gibbs Lawhorn did a nice job forcing Williams to step through an unbelievable block. You should hear Fred Hoiberg wanted to go with Nasijian. Nasijian has been really good in these spots. He's going to stick with Raleigh Wooster in this baseline out of bounds situation.
See what they come up with here. 4.1 on the shot clock. It's Williams on the baseline. Underneath, it's Gary who catches and finishes. Oh my, a fortuitous find for Juwan Gary. Yakachonis for 3. What a bucket! Yakachonis from 3. And a timeout, Illinois.
For Illinois.
And his involvement doesn't have to be taking a shot.
No, but he's got to be in movement and in action.
A 1-point game. Nebraska clinging to a lead they've had all night. Hoiberg handling the basketball to Williams. 14 to shoot. Williams needs help. Finds a siege and floats it off the window. No. Morgan's tip, yes. And Nebraska's by 3 again.
Back-to-back offensive rebounds looming large for the Huskers.
Yakachonis. Shot hunting. Looking. 15 to shoot. Cross-court pass. Finds the open man. Gibbs. Lawhorn ties it up. For the first time since we were tied at 22, it's knotted up in Lincoln. Timeout, Nebraska.
Timeout on the floor.
In comes to Williams. He'll drive quickly, slips, got rid of it before the travel. Gary pivots, needs some help. It's Williams again from the free throw line. Rattles off, no. Tip try by Gary, won't go. Ball loose, Gary trying to save it, but it goes to Yakachonis. Illinois can hold for the final shot. Each team with a timeout. Huskers have 3 fouls to give. And a timeout, Illinois. They'll use their last timeout. Oswell into Yakachonis. 15 seconds and counting. Riley with 10 seconds. And there's a foul given by Williams. Again, Illinois with no timeouts. 10.1 to play. Second personal foul on Bryce Williams.
It looked like Fred Hoiberg motioned that he wanted to foul again.
4 fouls against Nebraska. Still 2 to give, but a substitution as Hummerkaus will run off the Illinois bench. Hummerkaus has struggled to shoot it tonight. 0 for 5 from the floor, all from 3.
And Gibbs Lawhorn has knocked down 2 threes here late, so big decision for Bad Underwood there.
Boswell has to go all the way into the backcourt to Yakachonis. 8 seconds and counting. A lot of time wasted, and there's a foul given by Hoiberg. Almost half the remaining time burned off the clock by that backcourt inbound.
That's exactly right. Okay, now you got to be real careful if you're Nebraska.
1 more foul to give, but you don't want to give it on a prayer.
Yes.
Inbound to Yakachonis. Hoiberg nearly with the steal. Oh, so close. Only took 9/10 of a second off, and now you look over to the bench, and Fred Hoiberg says, do not foul, do not foul.
Hoiberg won the Maryland game a couple of years ago with a steal just like this. He was going for it, had a foul to give. It's okay to do that.
5 seconds remaining. Trying to get the ball inbounded into the corner. Riley fading away, won't go. Overtime in Lincoln. ready for the overtime tip. And it's controlled by Illinois. Yakachonis and the Illini searching for their first lead of the night. It's Riley. Back out it goes, Humrickhouse. 15 to shoot. Inside, jumper short. Williams the rebound.
Pretty good offense. Just Humrickhouse has just been a little off all night. And now again, Wooster on the floor, so Humrickhouse can play way off him, go under these screens.
Here's Williams, turns the corner. Now Hoiberg, jump stop in the paint. Wooster launching the three. Way off, and Wooster tonight 1 for 7 from 3.
And he's clogging the lane, his man is right now as well.
Extra pass, Humrickhouse in the corner. That three won't go. Rebound secured by Wooster. He'll push.
Lockout from Hoiberg.
Pretty good recovery by Morez Johnson.
Yes.
Big man getting down the floor. Again, they're trying to bait Wooster. Against Johnson. He'll pull up for a deep 2, and that one falls.
It's not easy when you're getting baited into taking shots to stay confident and play confident. Well, Wooster finally having to just step into a long 2 instead of a 3.
And a foul called. Williams and Riley were battling underneath, and Bryce Williams picks up his 3rd.
And this isn't easy, Kevin, when you're getting a guy way off you, it messes with your confidence. I like that he stepped in. That's a better shot for Wooster than those long-range 3s. But it's just such an interesting decision right now, whether you go with Essegian or Wooster. Wooster obviously bigger, stronger, and better on this end of the floor. But offensively, we've illustrated the space and the shot making that Essegian provides.
1-and-1 for Will Riley. Can't get the front end of the 1-and-1, and it's rebounded by Nebraska. Not been a great night at the line for Illinois. 12 of 18, 67%. Williams turning the corner. We've seen this action tonight, but Illinois defended it much better. Now long pass ahead, running to the rim. White can't get it to fall. Great challenge by Jawan Gary.
That is a winning play from Jawan Gary, sprinting the length of the floor and saving a layup. What an amazing play.
There's Hoiberg chugging past White, gets underneath. Johnson says nuh-uh. Rebound tipped out. Yakachonis on the run, driving to the rim. Oh, that Euro step was pretty. And it's tied at 72.
Oh my gosh. The young man from Lithuania with the Lithuanian step there. That was outstanding.
You're saying he learned the Euro step at its source.
Yeah, no wonder he's good at it.
Williams had it knocked free, and he saved it. Timeout. Hoiberg to work. 10 to shoot. Morgan has to reset. Here's Williams around the Morgan screen. Deep 2 for Williams, and he splashes that 2. And the Huskers with a 2-point edge. 21 for Williams, his 9th game this year with 20 points or more.
Elbow ISO for Riley.
Williams holding his ground, backs it out. Yakachonis in the corner, 4-3. Not gonna go, rebound loose, and it's scooped up by Essegian.
How about Essegian saying, okay, I may be the offense for defense, but when I'm out there, I'm gonna fight for that rebound, pulling down a big one.
Couple of good box outs tonight for Essegian.
See how far Johnson is, so
Look,
Williams
Williams
gonna tap.
driving right at Johnson for 2 more.
Talk about drop coverage, almost way too far drop down. Gets the 15-footer and then able to get all the way to the rim and score over the shot blocker.
Riley contested 3. Strong rebound. Yakachonis tipped to him by Gibbs Lawhorn. Back to Yakachonis. Got the screen. The 3 won't go. Morgan the rebound. Huskers can run it under a minute with a 4-point lead.
Go back to that ball screen action with Morgan and Williams. If Johnson's going to be all the way pinned back, you're going to be able to give Bryce Williams an opportunity.
Williams Williams again on the drive, poked out of his hands, 6 to shoot for the Huskers.
This is where Illinois has struggled mightily. These basin out of bounds situations, communicating screens. And that's just it. Communication has to be on point. Wooster's going to check back in. For Connor Asijan.
Nobody wanted to leave. I don't blame him. Big advantage if you can play with 6 on the floor.
6 on the clock. You got plenty of time if you're Nebraska.
Wooster looking. Finds Williams. Patient. Jumper. Got it. 6-0 run at the best time for Nebraska. Timeout. Illinois. Illinois just 1 for 7 from the floor. Here's Riley. Step back deep 3. That won't go. Yakachonis with the offensive rebound. He'll back it out for a 3. That is short. Gary with a one-armed rebound. They'll try to tie him up. The clock stopped. Now Hoiberg to inbound for Nebraska. Comes into Williams. Williams fouled. He had 30 in the win against Indiana. 1-1 though for Williams. Not as much a cheer from this crowd as an exhale as they've watched Nebraska lose 6 straight, going from well in the bracket of Mike DeCourcy's projections for the tournament to out, going from the mid-range of the Big Ten standings to the bottom, trying to turn it around starting tonight. Hummerkaus for 3. That's no good. Rebound in the corner. It's Wooster who tracks it down. He'll flip it to Williams. Williams will hold it. Williams in some trouble, tosses over to Buchtengel. There's a foul given by Riley with 8.9 seconds to go, and the losing streak for Nebraska appears to be close to over. And Fred Hoiberg, a little fist bump.
That's about as much emotion as you're going to get from Fred Hoiberg.
This is the free throw, still a little life for Illinois, 4 seconds. Riley contested 3, way off, tipped up and in by Yakachonis, but 1.1 seconds to go. And for the 3rd time this season, Nebraska pulls off a win against a ranked opponent, 80-74. Nebraska snaps its 6-game losing streak with an upset in Lincoln.